Today, every country in Asia is going to war.
All right, so how this is going to work is every country is just starting off with like a small little colony here, just to make things like a little bit more even, because I feel like these like smaller countries always get kind of like super bamboozled by these huge countries like China or like Russia. And what we're going to do is we're going to give them 250 years of peace to just kind of like develop their cultures, hopefully build like some huge armies and like make their empires pretty big. And then I think we're just going to send them all to war all at once, because I think that just makes things a little bit more fun. I'm just hoping that like Russia and China don't end up at a huge advantage just because they have so much land kind of to themselves. But I think with Russia and China, I think we'll have a lot of these smaller countries probably like take a lot of their land. At least I'm hoping that that's what happens. It's kind of impressive. South Korea like rivals Russia's population, and they're like kind of stuck in this little corner here. I guess their housing is just super advanced or something. It looks like they have maybe house tier 3 already. I don't know how they did that, but that's impressive. They also have boats already. And then we're starting to get some new colonies from a few of these empires. Yeah, Syria's kind of migrated to the south here. They're already getting an army. Bangladesh, I think, just built a new colony as well. Oh yeah, Sri Lanka, I totally forgot about them. Hopefully they can get like boats and get off this island, because it looks like they're all just starving on here. Is it bad that I just want to watch all these people starve to death? Okay, we're in year 25. I'm gonna look at the cultures, see who's kind of in the lead right now. All right, so got a lot of countries tied for first. We'll go ahead and look at Turkey, because all the level 12 empires probably have the same stuff. Oh no, wait, they have transport boats already. That's impressive. They have house tier 3. They got spears and swords. Then let's go ahead and look at Saudi Arabia. House tier 3, bows and swords. And transport boats. Dang, okay. I guess a lot of these empires have transport boats already. Though for a lot of them, I don't think they super need them. I mean, Turkey's definitely benefited because they were able to kind of expand over here. But I think the countries that really need boats are probably like Sri Lanka, obviously, Taiwan, and then maybe also like South Korea and Japan. Then you got China moving north, Bhutan and Nepal kind of moving north into China's land. Kyrgyzstan's kind of moving northeast. Oh, North Korea is also kind of moving north. Okay, year 50, we've just entered into the Age of Tears, and let's go ahead and take a look at the cultures again. They've only got up like 4 in like 25 years. That's wild. But I guess the top 2 are Bhutan and Turkmenistan, which feels kind of random, but that's cool. And Bhutan is already developing silver. Yeah, they got house tier 4, silver, and swords. Oh, okay, I guess Turkey's up here too. I didn't realize that. They're level 15. They got armor production, house tier 4. Wait, I guess I just didn't scroll up all the way. There's actually a lot of countries that are level 15. Yeah, I think Bhutan might be the only one that has better materials. So that could actually give them like a huge advantage if they're already developing like better weapons. All right, and year 100, world population is up to almost 7,700, and we've had a lot happen actually. Indonesia actually made it out of this spot, so they have 3 new colonies. They have 1 in kind of eastern China, and then they also have 2 in Russia up here. So they actually did well. They're up to 414, which is pretty good. Somehow Sri Lanka survived. I guess they figured out the food situation, built a little farm, though even still I don't really have a ton of faith in them. And then I think some of the biggest contenders right now, let's take a look, would be Russia and North Korea, and Indonesia. They're up there. Japan somehow is up there. Then Kyrgyzstan and Turkey. How does Japan have so much population? They don't have that much land, but I guess they managed to get all the land that they should have. Besides this little strip up here. And then they're also up here in Russia. But even still, like, look how much land like Russia has. Like, it makes sense why they have so much population, but somehow Japan's up there too, despite only having like this little strip of land. And then Georgia is also doing pretty good over here. They've just really like stretched themselves out over this whole area. Okay, go ahead and look at the cultures again. So you got Indonesia as number 1 at the moment, and they're starting to get some better materials. They have house tier 5, and then looks like they're developing silver next. Russia has house tier 5. No better materials yet, but they do have armor. Then Kyrgyzstan, no better materials, but they do have some extra bonus damage. All right, and year 175, let's see who our top contenders are. North Korea is number 1 right now with 1,000 population, 350 army, followed by Russia, Indonesia, Japan, Turkey, and Malaysia. Let's go ahead and take a look at the cultures real quick too. So Indonesia still in the lead, followed by North Korea. They have level 33. So they're up to silver. They have every weapon except for bows. Armor production. Looks like North Korea is about the same, but they do have bows. Then you got Russia up here with silver. And then looks like the map is almost filled in like all the way. Besides like a few little patches of land like in the Middle East and then like in kind of Eastern Asia. It's also cool to see that Indonesia and Malaysia have kind of claimed all these islands down here as well. Though I don't really know who this is. Oh, Bangladesh. That's wild. Yeah, they're way over here. They managed to claim a few of these islands here. I didn't even think that they would actually like build on some of these smaller ones here. All right, and year 250.
It is time.
All right, so before we start, let's just take a look at the cultures and kingdoms real quick. So Indonesia ended up in the lead at level 51. They got all of the rare knowledges, all the weapons, and made it up to silver. Then Russia's pretty up there, I think about the same. North Korea, about the same. They actually advanced to steel. Then Japan is up there, pretty much the same as everyone else. And then in the lead right now is North Korea with 1,200 population, Indonesia with about 1,000, Russia with 950, Japan with 750, Turkey with 600, and Georgia with about 600. So Indonesia actually ended up overtaking Russia, which is impressive. I'm just curious to see how this all shakes out. All right, so we'll go ahead and spite everyone. It's always like super lags out the game, so I'll probably have to wait a second.
2 hours later.
Okay, I can see the red starting to fade away. The cool thing though is about this game is I feel like with this many empires, it's likely that none of these like giant empires that have really established themselves will actually win. A lot of it is just kind of luck based on kind of who attacks who, because like some of these big empires could just get ganged up on by like 7 empires. Meanwhile, like a smaller empire could just kind of get off scot-free. So curious to see what happens. All right, looks like the UAE just conquered Oman, and then Yemen might be getting conquered by Saudi Arabia here, and Syria I think is just getting attacked by all sides. They got Saudi Arabia on the south and Iraq on the north, though I think they're gonna be able to fend off Iraq's army. I didn't realize that Iraq's army is actually like super tiny. All right, you got Turkmenistan about to get out by Uzbekistan. Pakistan is getting captured by Tajikistan. Oh, rip, Nepal is getting just destroyed by Bangladesh. They only have one guy left, and I think it's just this little kid right here. I'm still rooting for him though. Turkmenistan just got out, Laos just got out, and then weirdly, Georgia might actually be in the lead right now with 800 population. Russia's definitely like not doing as well as they were. They're down to only 400 population. I guess Indonesia's still up there at 600, and then Bangladesh is doing super well with almost 700. Oh, you got a huge war going on between Indonesia and North Korea up here. I think Indonesia is about to take another colony. Yeah, that one's down. Yeah, weirdly, like all these colonies are super weak. I think they'll be pretty easy for Indonesia to take. They have a little bit of army up here, but I don't think it's super gonna matter. Yeah, we're definitely starting to see some pretty big empires emerge here. Georgia seems to be the biggest one with 1,100. Oh, Japan, what the heck? They just continue to surprise me. They're up to 900 population. Oh, and I guess they captured whoever was here. I think there were some Indonesian colonies here. So yeah, they have a pretty sizable amount of land now. And it looks like they're about to get more from Thailand. And then they're also down here in the Philippines too. They're just going all over the place. Very surprised that Iran is still in here. They are kind of surrounded by a lot of big empires. Pakistan is still in here somehow with only 100 population. And Kyrgyzstan is down to only 3. I think they're about to get out. And Bangladesh is still doing pretty well at 600 population. They've pretty much conquered the entirety of India here. Yeah, North Korea just kind of got ganged up on. Yeah, China took some of their land. Japan took a lot of their land. And Indonesia is also kind of going after them. Russia has had quite a bit of a comeback though. They're back up to 1,000 population. Oh rip, I think Iran finally kicked the bucket. They belong to Saudi Arabia now. Oh dang, okay, Sri Lanka got out too. It was bound to happen eventually. Taiwan is still in though. Though it's funny, there's like one Japanese soldier over here that's just like shooting all their people from the shore. And year 275, so far we've had 43,000 deaths. And world population is just below 10,000. So I'm curious to see what our top contenders are now. Looks like Indonesia in number 1, followed by Georgia, Russia, Japan, Malaysia, and China. And it looks like there are in total only 12 countries left. All right, looks like Thailand is officially out. And I'm very curious to see what happens with Russia. They're still doing really well, but it does kind of feel like they're just getting squashed by like Georgia and Indonesia, just on both sides. And Indonesia's just got so much army too. All right, this is North Korea's last colony here. All right, there they go. North Korea's officially out. I think Indonesia is actually the number 1 empire right now. Yeah, they have 2,800 population. Meanwhile, Georgia has 2,100. And yeah, Russia has definitely been kind of dethroned here. They're just getting absolutely demolished by Indonesia and Georgia.
It's only a matter of time now.
It's just funny because none of these empires are attacking each other. They've all just kind of made like a pact to all just destroy Russia. And I think this is the end of Russia. So now that this gap is closed, it seems like Georgia and Indonesia are just really going at it now. And it does seem like Indonesia does have more army than Georgia. I feel like Georgia's armies have been pretty exhausted. They have a few big ones, like this 85, 68, like these few armies in here, but, well, actually, maybe Indonesia has about the same. So yeah, it could be, I feel like it's kind of an even fight, actually. Indonesia's loading up a lot of boats, though. I'm not sure where they're going. Well, I guess they're gonna try and invade China down here. Oh, what? What happened to Japan? They were doing so well. What the heck? Indonesia, I guess, just took everything from Japan. All right, and there goes Japan, RIP. And then Saudi Arabia, I think, is next. And yep, okay, Saudi Arabia's out. All right, so at this point, we're down to just 5 empires left. So it looks like Indonesia is number 1 with 4,500 population. Georgia's at 3,800, Malaysia at 1,900, Bangladesh at 700, and China at 700. So, I mean, at this point, I wonder if it's just going to come down to Indonesia versus Georgia. All right, and China down to 1 last colony here. Unless they can take this one, they might be able to delay their death a little bit. And okay, they did take it, but it didn't really matter. Bangladesh is just barely hanging on. I think Georgia's going to be the one that takes them. Yeah. So now we got Indonesia up to 5,700 population, Georgia up to 46, and Malaysia up to 23. Indonesia keeps launching these like kind of surprise attacks on Georgia. They keep taking boats around and like taking the like western colonies. Yeah, it's hard to say what's going to happen. It does feel like Malaysia and Georgia are kind of teaming up on Indonesia right now. You got Malaysia kind of attacking from the south and Georgia attacking from the west, which seems like what's happening, but Indonesia's numbers also just seem like they're going up and not down. So I don't know if it's really working. We'll see. Indonesia is starting to invade Malaysia here. I'm actually going to change one of their colors because it's a little bit hard to see when we have 2 different like yellow empires. Oh, there's just a massive fire in Indonesia. How did that happen? Oh, it is the Age of Sun, actually. That makes sense. Also, I guess we just reached year 400. So this war has been going on for 150 years now. That's wild.
1 eternity later.
All right, well, after like 240 years, we finally had an empire pull ahead here. Yeah, it was literally just like constant Georgia and Indonesia like trading colonies for like 200 years. And then Indonesia was just having a lot of trouble with taking Malaysia. But yeah, it looks like Indonesia's probably going to win. Georgia's just down to a few last colonies here. Oh, here we go. Indonesia's sending in a huge army. So Georgia's capital is almost down. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. Okay, Georgia's officially out, and now they can just focus all of their army on Malaysia. Yeah, geez, they're literally sending like everything they have, and it just doesn't seem like Malaysia has any army anymore. I think like the last of their army is kind of in the Philippines here. Okay, this is it. The capitals just got captured, and they only have, I want to say like 3 colonies left. Yeah, 3 left. And just 1 colony left. All right, I feel like we should just grab like as much army as we possibly can and just throw them in this colony. Yeah, this will go great. All right, it's getting captured. 40, 50, all right, 90, and 100. All right, so Malaysia is officially out and Indonesia wins. So this war is ending in year 670 with 18,000 world population and 181,000 deaths.